Okay, my name is Crosby. As a producer, they call me digi-analog, preferably. I represent a crew called the Chronic Clan. And, we've been running a record label called Spliff Records since 2000, the year 2000, So, yeah, and I'm from Gugulethu, Cape Town, South Africa. Yes, sir. And I don't share stages with no international artists in South Africa. I don't share no stage with that, but I share stage with Nas. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing would be said about Ben Shop.
Exactly.
For example.
Exactly. So it's crazy, man. And respect to Ben Sharper, because Ben Sharper is one of the most prolific rappers in the business right now, and for him to not get the recognition that he deserves is very sad. The guy gets to tour a lot overseas, and summer. The same big guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's South Africans need to wake up, man. They need to start to appreciate what they have. The thing is, I feel like, first of all, like if you listen, if now I would take a South African radio and we would tune in, you would hear, music that doesn't belong. I'm not going to mention countries. It's music that doesn't belong, in the country. If it's there, it's very minimal, very small. You know what I mean? And I also think that plays, it also has a role and it has an impact in artists getting recognition. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to support, artists that don't belong in your country, man, it's like you're killing your own economy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that music generates a revenue. When my song gets played on Metro FM, they pay a license fee to Samro, which Samro pays me. So if that doesn't happen, man, then I'm struggling. You know what I mean? So I always have to try and organize a tour overseas and see if anything would happen for me overseas, because I know there people would appreciate it more than in South Africa. So I think it's the way, the state of mind of the people. I think the people are so narrow-minded in South Africa when it comes to art culture, like music culture. You know what I mean? I think that's really the problem. Well, thanks to at least Mhlobo Wenene, Radio Xhosa, they have a 2-hour show or 1-hour show, I think, where they have reggae, which is also very small, but we still give thanks, Exactly. And Lucky's, who's also a friend of mine, he's a DJ at the station, and he gets to play a lot of, local stuff. And I really, really say respect to him, because without him, some of us would never be, people would never even hear of us, So we need more of that, actually. We need more of those radio shows that get to play and talk about local artists, what they do in foreign countries and locally.
Yeah. But also just play it. It doesn't have
play
to
the
be
music.
In a radio show.
Exactly.
Every Sunday
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
That's right. The people also must be taught to start to learn to appreciate the music that comes from their country, because it also generates a revenue, like I say, into the economy. If they could learn that, maybe they would see it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? A different eye. Because in Europe, they see it like that. They know that if they support their own music, or in the States, then they know if they support their own artist, boom, it's booming their own economy. You know what I'm saying? The money circulates, So that's the struggle in South Africa, And I think also South Africa being the last country to be, liberal.
Yeah,
it's a very young country, When I look at the Zim culture, the Zim dancehall culture, or the way the Zim also appreciate music is very different towards the way the South Africans do it. They take it serious. You know what I mean? I was hosting a sound clash 2 weeks ago, with different selectors. That's one thing I like about the dancehall culture, with the clashes where you have different DJs who play songs from well-known artists. But those well-known artists would be doing those songs mentioning the DJ's names. So let's say now you have a Jay-Z record, and Jay-Z, yo, big up to my man Rob, whoa, and then he's rapping on a song, or he's doing like New York, you know what I'm saying? And then so I was hosting that, you know what I'm saying? And the ultimate goal was to have a guy playing the most popular jingle, basically. Let me put it like that, a jingle from an artist. And if that jingle would make the fans go crazy, then obviously, they would take the cup. So it was like that. So for me, I was like, wow, in South Africa, a lot of people don't have the brains to even do those kind of things yet, And me as somebody who's exposed to that in Germany, I mean in Germany, man, the reggae culture and the hip hop culture is crazy. They are probably the second or third largest reggae community outside of Jamaica, to tell you the truth. There's about, only in Berlin, you have about 20, 30 sound systems. 20 to 30 sound systems. Munich, 20, 30 sound systems. Different parts, Cologne, 20, 30 sound systems. Hamburg, Frankfurt, you know what I mean? And it keeps the vibe exciting, because there's always parties going on, and every sound system is trying to get the freshest track to drop on the dance floor, so the crowd can be crazy, so they can be booked the most. You see? So it's like, it's a whole, you know, it's a culture, you know what I'm saying? It's a culture. I feel like, you know, the South African festivals really need to look at, you know, auditioning artists, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be maybe a better way, and a way of bringing us closer to exposing the real thing.
Rather than buying into names.
No, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? See the artist, see how the artist, because when you see the artist, that's where you see that, okay, this guy will be able to rock the crowd. You know, we won't regret paying this guy 9,000, 10,000 for the gig. You know what I'm saying? It will be like, whoa, this guy deserves it, you know? So we need to be like that. We need to be on that state of mind, you know? Open-minded. You know, find underground musicians, find underground artists. There's so much talent out there. There's so many guys out there who are now probably having the same setup that I have that I don't know of, because now technology is much cheaper. It's not like back in the 90s, you know what I mean, in the early 2000s.
What is the barrier to go to one spot?
Yeah, exactly. Like 150 an hour, you know, to record a song, you know. So it's easier now to to have your own setup. But what I'm trying to say is, like, there's so much talent out there, but it's said that none of the talent gets to get exposed. We always hear about the same names right through the year, same names right through the year. You know?
I wasn't gonna say that, but the Joburg scene.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Same names.
Same names at the Metros Awards, at the Summer Awards. I don't even bother, man. I don't care, man. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't even feel offended. You know, I'm just, I do my thing, you know, they do their thing. You know what I mean? And don't be an obstruction, or else you could be there. Yo, too much shutters and they get while you walking at the slums. Now full of sounds that echo. If you want to survive, you have to push a little muscle. You have to be street smart, that's part of the hustle.
Hey.